What were the three main causes of the Great War? Assassination of Franz Ferdinand and Serbia was held responsible. Germany support Austria-Hungary and Austria-Hungary gave Serbia an ultimatum: acceptance or war. Serbia could not accept and tried to negotiate, but Austria-Hungary was not satisfied with the answer and declared war on Serbia. Russia supported Serbia on behalf of ethnic connections. What were the three main characteristics of the Great War? The first one was the fight of the Allies, the second one was the First World War, and the third one was the use of new weapons and new strategies for war. Describe three decisions taken at the Treaty of Versailles. The first one was the creation of the League of Nations. The second one was the payment of the Triple Alliance by their actions. And the third one was the fall of the Austro-Hungary Empire.
Since the Great War was caused and declared by the most powerful and financially influenced countries in the world, the economy had a great loss after the First World War that took place during 1914 to 1919. But that loss was not really seen until the financial crisis that took place at the end of the 20th decade, that was called the Great Depression. The two most affected factors that started the crisis was the loss of the capital during the war and the loss of industry, also a consequence of the war. Some characteristics of this huge crisis that mark a point in our history are: people will be starving for years, and that the economic crisis that affect almost all the working class at the United States. And this working class was the main affected and most damaged because they have a lot of debts and they find really hard to find a job or something to eat. And at last, that the most damaged country, that was the United States, have a misery and was a situation where almost all Americans have a hunger, and many of these Americans die in the lapse of time that this crisis take time off. During these next years, many European countries will start to change their governmental system, which was mainly totalitarianism, which means that the state recognizes no limits to its authority and strives to regulate every aspect of public and private life wherever feasible. The country that will start with this system of government will be Benito Mussolini in Italy in 1922. Then will be the Nazism with Hitler in 1932, that will be in Germany. Later, Spain with Francisco Franco in the 1936, that was the cause of the Civil War, and it will end until 1975, and we will have many other countries that will accept this kind of governmental system, as Japan and Russia with Stalin and Lenin.
Totalitarianism is when the government has complete and absolute power over the people. It is a repressive, unfree type of society. Our team chose the Spanish totalitarian regime, which was led by Francisco Franco. Spain is located in Europe, near Upper Portugal and under France.
Born in Ferrol, Spain in 1992, Francisco Franco was a career soldier who rose through the ranks until the mid-1930s. When the social and economic structure of Spain began to crumble, Franco joined the growing right-leaning rebel movement. He soon led an uprising against the leftist Republican government and took control of Spain, following the Spanish Civil War, that was from 1936 to 1939. He then presided over brutal military dictatorship in which tens of thousands were executed or imprisoned during the earlier years of his regime. Franco died on November 20, 1975, with country transitioning to a democracy. His dictatorship lasted 36 years, from 1939 until his death in 1975. The economic system of this totalitarian regime was closed. It was almost national.